Of all the many moments that stood out after the 2022 election, there was one that stood out in particular, one that signified what the change of government really meant for Australia. The new Minister for Education, Jason Clare, returned to his primary school in southwest Sydney to visit his former primary school teacher, Kathy Fry. It was clearly an emotional moment for Mrs. Fry and for Minister Clare, and watching that video, it was an emotional moment for me too. Like Minister Clare, I grew up in southwest Sydney. I too got a good education at public schools, Canley Vale Public and Sefton High. I was taught by dedicated teachers who extended my lessons beyond the textbooks. They made me curious about the world and made me think about my role in society. In Minister Clare, along with the Minister for Early Childhood Education and Minister for Youth, Anne Ali, we have two fierce advocates for the benefits of education at every stage of development. Former Prime Minister Paul Keating said, "Education provides the keys to the kingdom." It was true when he made that statement more than 3 decades ago, and it will be even truer in the future. Consider this. Over the next 10 years, more than 9 out of 10 new jobs expected to be created will require post-secondary qualifications. For the individual, for our society, and for our economy, education is the key to unlocking this nation's potential. And we on this side of the House understand this. But understanding that isn't enough. We need vision, we need heart, and we also need a plan. And this government has been implementing reforms to create the better education system that we all need. For the first time, we have a federal government that recognises the importance of education throughout someone's life, including the critical education that happens soon after birth. We have made early education more affordable. It was a key commitment in the 2022 election, and it's making a difference, with an 11% average reduction in out-of-pocket expenses. If the Albanese Labor government hadn't implemented this change, out-of-pocket costs for families would have increased by an average of 6%. Anyone who has a child in childcare will tell you how incredible early childhood educators are, and this is a government that is supporting them. We're providing early educators with the ability to negotiate for higher wages through multi-enterprise bargaining. We're also encouraging more people to choose a career in early education by providing fee-free TAFE courses. And as I've been meeting with teachers and principals at primary and high schools throughout the electorate, the key concern they have is around teacher shortage. As an example of how bad it got in 2022, in 1 week in one school in my electorate, there were 43 classes that didn't have a dedicated teacher. That's 43 classes where students didn't get the education they needed. Things have improved since then, but teacher shortages remain for so many schools across the country. It's a problem that has been decades in the making, and we're working to address it through our National Teacher Workforce Action Plan, aimed at enhancing the recruitment and retention of teachers, as well as education quality. We're investing in additional university education places, a teacher workload reduction fund, professional development enhancements, and scholarships aimed at encouraging diverse, high-achieving individuals into the teaching profession. And this week, we got the final University Accord report, which sets out a roadmap over the next decade for how we open up opportunities for more people to get a tertiary qualification. The Minister for Education, Jason Clare, wants to see more Indigenous students, students from the bush and low socio-economic backgrounds succeed in this country. And he knows the only way to do that is to ensure we reform our education system. It's a task I'm proud to support.